Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Today, I bring you a story that has captivated the Turkish entertainment world, a story of honesty, love, and emotional connection between Yagmur Yüksel and Barış Baktas. If you enjoy this kind of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and click the join button to support me further. Now, let's get into the story. Over the last few months, the relationship between actors Yagmur Yüksel and Barış Baktas has been surrounded by rumors, whispers, and unending speculation. They became one of the most admired duos on television after their roles in Kensesekleri, a series that not only captured the hearts of millions but also gave birth to one of the most talked about friendships in recent memory. But what truly stands behind their chemistry? Is it pure friendship, or is there something deeper, something they've been keeping away from the cameras? Everything started earlier this week when Yagmur Yüksel was spotted leaving a film studio in Istanbul. The actress, usually discreet and reserved when it comes to her private life, stopped for a few moments to answer questions from reporters. What began as a simple conversation quickly turned into a heartfelt confession that left everyone speechless. When asked about her connection with Barış Baktas, Yagmur paused briefly and then smiled. "Barış has been someone very important to me," she began. "He's not just a colleague. He's a person who stood by me during the hardest and happiest moments of my life. I owe a lot to his support." Her tone wasn't defensive or rehearsed, it was calm, emotional, and filled with genuine warmth. The reporters, sensing something unusual, pressed further. "So, are you two in love?" one of them asked. Yagmur didn't deny it, but she didn't confirm it either. "I think love is a word people use too easily," she replied thoughtfully. "What I can say is that Barış is someone who makes me feel safe, seen, and understood, and that's very rare in this world." Within hours, her words were everywhere. Hashtags like #YagmurandBarış and #TrueConnection began trending across social media. Fans flooded Twitter and Instagram with comments like, "This is love," and "You can see it in her eyes." Entertainment shows dedicated entire segments to analyzing her gestures, her tone, even the way she smiled when she said his name. Behind the glamour, though, lies a quieter story, one of two people navigating fame while trying to keep something real. Sources close to the couple revealed that Yagmur and Barış had actually grown very close long before the cameras began rolling. On set, they often spent hours rehearsing, talking, and laughing together. Their connection wasn't just about acting, it was about mutual respect and shared values. Barış, for his part, has also spoken fondly about Yagmur in the past. In an interview months earlier, he said, "Working with Yagmur was one of the most natural experiences I've had. She brings authenticity to every scene. She listens, she reacts, and that makes acting alongside her so easy." At the time, his words seemed professional, but now, many fans see them as something more heartfelt. Their relationship wasn't always easy, though. Rumors of tension between them circulated last year, fueled by gossip sites that claimed the two had stopped talking for a while. But according to sources, the reality was quite different. Both were simply overwhelmed by busy filming schedules and personal commitments. They never fought, one crew member shared. They just needed space, which is normal for two people working under constant pressure. Still, that brief distance seemed to make their bond stronger. Recently, the two were seen together again at a private industry event in Istanbul. Witnesses said Barış couldn't take his eyes off Yagmur, and she looked more relaxed than ever in his presence. The next morning, photos of the two smiling and chatting went viral. Fans couldn't help but notice the way Barış gently placed his hand on Yagmur's back as they left the venue, a gesture both protective and affectionate. And then came the interview that changed everything. When asked if she and Barış were planning any joint projects, Yagmur responded, "Right now, we're both focusing on our individual paths, but who knows what the future holds. What matters is that we continue supporting each other no matter what." That simple statement carried enormous emotional weight. For many, it sounded like a subtle acknowledgement that their connection goes far beyond a typical co-star relationship. The following day, Barış was seen arriving at a cafe in Bebek, where, according to witnesses, he was meeting Yagmur. They spent nearly 2 hours talking quietly, occasionally laughing. At one point, Baris was spotted handing her a small wrapped box. No one knows what was inside, but social media immediately exploded with theories, from a friendship gift to something much more romantic. Entertainment reporters, of course, were quick to speculate. One magazine even claimed that the box contained a bracelet engraved with the words "Always by your side." While neither actor confirmed or denied the rumor, fans seemed convinced that it symbolized something deeply personal. And yet, what stands out most in this entire story isn't the mystery of what's inside the box, it's the visible affection that surrounds these two people. Despite all the gossip, they've chosen not to hide, not to perform for cameras, but to live quietly and honestly. Many insiders close to both actors describe them as kindred spirits. They complement each other, one friend said. Yagmur is emotional and intuitive, while Baris is more grounded and calm. Together, they balance each other perfectly. Their connection is something you feel, not something they have to prove. By the end of that unforgettable night at the airport, Yagmur's last words summed up the whole story better than any headline could. Baris has taught me that love isn't always about big gestures. Sometimes it's in the small things, the way someone listens, the way they look at you when you're tired, or the way they remind you who you are when you forget. That's what makes everything worth it. And with that, she smiled one last time before walking away, leaving behind a silence that said more than words ever could. The reporters, for once, didn't shout more questions. They just watched her go, perhaps realizing that, in that quiet moment, they had witnessed something truly genuine. As fans continue to debate whether this bond is friendship or love, one thing is certain: whatever Yagmur and Baris share is real, rare, and deeply human, and maybe that's exactly what makes people believe in love again. Thank you so much for watching my video. See you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.